On this episode, we'll be heading up to Big Bear, but before we do that, I'm going to do some updates on my 911 as well as replace a few things on my Xterra. On this episode, I want to do some minor changes on my 911. The screws on my center caps are actually chrome, and I've had the wheels for almost 3 years, and I just noticed them now because when I was detailing my car, I noticed one of the screws got loose and came off. So what I'm going to do now is replace all the chrome screws with black ones. My wheels don't have those center caps that you could just pop right in the center. These are actually secured by 5 screws. Here's a close-up of how the screws look. And although the finish is in chrome, it doesn't look necessarily bad, but it's not something I really noticed before. Because I'm in this situation where I have to replace a screw that went missing, I decided to go with black. Here's where I noticed a big difference between the two colors, especially when there's light that shines up on both of them. I replaced just 3 of the 5 screws here with black ones, and if you notice, the 2 that really stand out are the ones that are in chrome. Now that the center screws are black, I feel like it's a lot more cleaner in that area and it doesn't look too busy. The center looks a lot more uniform now that the screws on the center caps are black, as well as the lug bolts. Next is doing the rear wheels, and if you notice, there's a lot more light that's coming in, and you'll notice that the chrome bolts reflect a lot more. Here's a close-up with more light, and you can see how much the reflection on the chrome bolts have. And just like that, simply replacing the bolts on the center caps from chrome to black makes a big difference. For comparison purposes, here's how it looks like with all black, and then here how it looks like when it's back to chrome, and then again back to black. So there's a big difference even though it's just a subtle change. Now that that's all done, I want to move on to just doing a little changes to my steering wheel. About 2 years ago, I decided to upgrade my steering wheel with one that was custom made. Although my interior is sand beige, I was curious to find out how my steering wheel will look with the horn button all black. I have some vinyl in satin black, so I decided to wrap my horn button to see how it looked like if the steering wheel is all black. The next few slides will show some of the variations I was testing, from what it was currently to how it looks like when I changed the horn button to black. I decided to play around with the end caps, and instead of having it satin black, I changed it with some forged carbon fiber vinyl that I had laying around. And so with that combination, it looked pretty good. The only problem with this is that the vinyl wasn't sticking really well on the leather steering wheel. So this is the final look that I'm going to go with. I ended up keeping the steering wheel horn sand beige to match the rest of the interior. Then I updated the end caps of the steering wheel to be forged carbon vinyl. In the end, I opted to keep the sand beige horn. I think it matches the rest of my interior a lot better than all black. If I want to go with a black route, I'll probably try to source a used horn online. That way I can have the best of both worlds. So those are the 2 small upgrades for my 911. Next, I want to probably focus on Next, I want to focus a little bit more on test fitting my carbon fiber GT wing. A couple of months ago, I got a good deal on a carbon fiber wing for my 911, and I want to spend more time designing a custom bracket so that it will fit on top of my GT3 wing. I know my M5 has been pretty much sitting and hibernating for the last several weeks, and so I want to get it out and fire it back up and start enjoying driving it again. I'm gonna take my family up to Big Bear with my Xterra. I have old windshield wipers, so I'm gonna replace it just in case I need them, as well as do a few other safety checks. One quick stop to pick up some new wipers, and I installed these actually in the parking lot, so we're good to go and ready to hit up to the mountains. We're up here in Big Bear. We got some snow over the last couple of days, so we took the Xterra up so we could have some fun in the snow. We're here at Boulder Park. We make it a plan about once a year. We come up here when it's snowing. Really beautiful out here. There's not that much snow to do that much snow activities, but we're able to enjoy some of the views. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you on the next one.